It is my pleasure now. My best friend, Dr. Tamara Sachs, she's been in this business for 26 years and she's a PMD. And here's a little short bio if you've never heard of her. Dr. Tamara Sachs is focused on teaching people how their bodies work for optimal health and creating healthier communities with functional medicine and high-tech plant food nutrition. She graduated with honors from Mount Sinai School of Medicine in New York City and completed her residency in internal medicine in New Haven, Connecticut. At Yale University Medical Center and St. Raphael Hospital. Lot of good places there. She has been an emergency medicine doctor in New Haven for 4 years and a primary care doctor for 10 years. In 2003, she founded the Functional Medicine and Integrative Care Clinic in New Milford, Connecticut, where she helps people prevent and heal from chronic illness and premature aging by addressing their root causes. Her website is full of great information and vetted resources. Follow her on social media and join her monthly QA calls about functional medicine, which is open to all. And her website is tsaxmd.com, I believe. Did I get that right, Tamara? Please join us.
Nice to be here. Thanks for having me. What a great crowd.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So I just want to start off with, why do you love the Juice Plus product so much? With all that knowledge and all that background in medicine, why Juice Plus products?
Well, because it's more than just a product. There's nothing really like it. It's really it's a short answer and a long answer. Here's the short answer. It's a powerfully effective solution to one of today's really greatest health needs: eating more plants. We've got to eat more plants and more variety and more nutritious plants, not just the stuff that people tend to eat, right? And so this is made simple and affordable, and it's all been proven effective by clinical research. So why wouldn't I use and share this product? And then it's also, on the same token, more than just a business. It's really a mission. You know that. Many of us on the call know that. I know that it's a mission. It's also a community, and it's a way to help others while creating a lasting stability for yourself. And that's another way to help others, is to be stable yourself.
Yeah, I love that. And you're really, I know you've built your your business to quite a big, team, and now you're refocused. I mean, I've been really enjoying talking to you as a buddy in the business. Like, you're really focused on your business again. Why now? What's happening in your mind? What's going on?
Well, like you said, I've been in this for 26 years, and 26 years ago, it was really hard to explain to people that broccoli was good for you. It wasn't part of the zeitgeist yet. It wasn't, it wasn't really there. And it was a whole, you remember, like, yes, really, vegetables, really, right? So if you will, let me just take you back 25 years ago when my late husband, Joe, and I were both in medicine, right? He's a surgeon. I'm an internal medicine doctor in my own practice, and we love what we did. But we wanted more. We wanted more time and more impact, as well as more flexibility, to be fair. And so we had explored some different paths. We had looked honestly at some crazy things and investing in real estate and some other stuff. But then someone approached us with this Juice Plus idea, and I was honestly very skeptical. But Joe asked me to just look at the research, look at the science, and that changed everything. That ended up changing our lives, and it ended up changing a lot of other people's lives too, really. Because we found out that we didn't need to be influencers. We didn't need to sell gimmicks. We didn't need to sell widgets, right? We found a way to share something that made sense for us fundamentally, that was important, that was going to help people, that was going to create team, that was something that we loved sharing and doing anyway. And at the same time, build a stability, a stable foundation financially for our family, which is exactly what we ended up doing.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I know that the fact that these, the Juice Plus and the core powders and the Omega Blend have clinical research behind them, it really makes a big difference for me to have 48 clinical studies, and for many other people. And we've got 5 more publications along the way. And I know you're super excited about the fact that the NIH, which has funded my career for a decade, I wouldn't be anywhere without them, has decided to study our product. Let me talk to us about how excited you are about that study.
Yeah, because I mean, the whole reason I'm here, I think you too, but the whole reason I'm here and that my whole team exists is because of the research, right? For those of you that don't know, this is real research. This is peer reviewed clinical trials, double blind, placebo controlled, the whole 9 yards from top medical centers around the world. We're 24 countries now, 4 continents. It's crazy, right? And there are 51 published or in publication, by the way. Three that were
The
on that
numbers keep
five
going up. I can't keep.
there. I know it's crazy, right? And people get blasé. It's like, oh, we have 48, 50. It's like there were 5 when I got involved, and I was so impressed with those 5. It was enough to launch my whole career. So the NIH is the largest organization that funds rather biomedical research on the planet. Even with the recent cuts, they are still by far the largest biomedical researcher on the planet and always have been. Most of our top drugs come from them. Many of our non-drug things come from them as well. Basic science is really important. And so people spend years writing up, you can vouch for me, Mitra, you probably did this, 800-page proposals to the NIH and pray that maybe they'll get looked at, right? I mean, 1 in 20 get even looked at for a proposal from the NIH. And so here's the beauty, the NIH picked us. We didn't go to them, they picked us. The NIH came to Choose Plus and said, we want to use your very best product in this long-term prospective study on the brain, the gut, and the heart, as well as some other things, bone and other things, but in aging, in hundreds of people in middle age and over. We want you. We don't want anything else. We want you because and the reason was because Juice Plus has the reputation, has the research, has already published volumes on how much polyphenols we have and what our microbiome does to those polyphenols, right? We have already publications on that. And if you don't know about that, please get with Dr. Ray. She'll tell you all about it. But we have that data already, and they saw that, and they saw the caliber. It's not just having data, right? The NIH doesn't care about just data. They want data from reputable scientists and reputable institutions that have been replicated over time. And we have that, and no one else has that. And so the NIH picked us, which I think is just remarkable. And even though we had 51 published research studies, which is already remarkable because no one has anything like that, we now have the NIH that confirms that this research is so solid that they want us. So yeah, I'm really excited. Can you tell?
Yeah, I'm excited too because
Just a
I know
little.
about those proposals. In fact, one of the reasons I saw this as an opportunity for myself and I left the research career to promote fruits and vegetables in a capsule and now this amazing drink form is because of one of the reasons was like, oh my gosh, am I doing research or am I writing proposals trying to get funding 2 years from now? I was always like trying to balance, like trying to come up with ideas for what I was going to research 2 years from now versus what I had in front of me on my plate. And it was one of those frustrations and not knowing if they would understand how great my ideas were, And yes, they had funded me for 10 years, but it was like being on a wheel, like a gerbil wheel, but like for me, this made immediate sense to me, fruits and vegetables in a capsule. So I just think it's an amazing opportunity. And I am also, like you, Tamara, very excited about the nutraceutical conference that's coming up. And I just want to share this screen for a second and have you talk about how you're promoting it, because I have some ideas too. But I'd like to just have you share what your thoughts on the nutraceutical conference and what you're doing with that.
So if you have that on the screen, do you have the speaker? Oh, yeah, they're right there. They're right there. So the speakers are, for most of us, what draws us to a conference. Otherwise, right? I always learn something at these nutraceutical conferences. We've had them many years, and this will be a new one. Some of the speakers are researchers who have done research on fruits and vegetables and specifically Juice Plus. Some of them are not. And so we've got a distinguished panel. Kim Williams is probably one of the most prolific writers of all, and he's going to do a talk on plant-based diet and cardiovascular disease, right? Our number one killer of all. And he's just an amazing speaker. We've heard him before. Claire Williams is going to speak about children and our Omega study. And this is a really amazing study looking at brain waves, right? It's hard to have kids test their IQ and their different memories and all that for little kids like we did for adults, right? We have a cognitive study, just in case you didn't know that. on adults that showed faster memory, better recall, just amazing results. Well, for kids, that's harder to do. So she invented this way to do it using EEGs and electric encephalograms measuring actual processing in the brain. So that's going to be a fascinating study on how do we help our adolescents be more focused, be less goldfish brain, screen time, ADHD, and all that good stuff, right? And the other speakers I don't know as well, but we're talking about. I'm just looking at the lineup here. There's a talk on the omegas and all the different oils in our omegas and how they protect you against not just inflammation but aging in many different ways than just inflammation. And that's really what our research is coming around to, is that we protect aging um, in multiple different ways, not just the old antioxidant story. We've gone way beyond the antioxidant story, which is what's exciting. And I think that's going to be what this CME conference, these are CMEs, by the way, any licensed professional, almost any licensed professionals can get CMEs for this 5-hour conference. So it's a wonderful opportunity to meet and be in community with other like-minded people who are about food as medicine and plants as medicine, and to get a feel for our culture, for our Juice Plus culture, because we're sponsoring the royal the Juice Plus company is sponsoring this, and our science director, Dr. Manfred Lampert, who I adore, who I admire, who I think has been responsible for getting the NIH to look at us. He will be there. He will be hosting this conference. So for those of you that are healthcare practitioners, it's a chance to really meet up close and personal some really top researchers as well as Dr. Manfred.
Yeah, and September's coming up really fast. I mean, I realized I hadn't even bought plane tickets because normally it's October and I'm not like thinking about it this early, but it's coming up. So today I had to like buy my tickets because I was like, oh my gosh, I got to get on top of this. And I just want to promote this conference to all of you because I think we all need to wake up to the importance of what we're doing here all over again. And if you buy that ticket, you will automatically get a refund for the ticket you already have. And maybe you want to bring somebody else with you. You can just like write an email to, I think, events at juiceplus.com, and they'll give you a refund. So there's all kinds of options. You can either, they'll not give you a refund if you don't want it, and you can pass your ticket on to a guest. So I am really promoting that we take a second look at Indy. If you haven't considered going, this is a reason to go, to get excited about our mission from people that like new information that you haven't heard before. And I think that is always motivating, like really remembering the mission that we are on. And it's a chance to bring new people to see how different we are, how legitimate this really is. And this is a way for healthcare professionals to have what Dr. Sachs and I have been able to create as people in healthcare wanting to help people, along with the rest of you. You know, whether you're in healthcare or not, I know you joined this company because the product worked for you. We are a product driven opportunity at the end of the day. And our mission for plant-based nutrition and what that does to people's health is so important for us to remind ourselves. So I'm just going to encourage my whole team to buy a ticket, come a day early if you need to, and get that ticket and get a refund for the ticket you bought. Or if you haven't gotten a ticket, this is a very good reason to get a ticket, and stay till Saturday so I can dance with you on the dance floor, please. Okay. And so with that, I want to also talk about an event that Tamara invited me to do. So I'm going to stop sharing this one and share another flyer for next Monday. So this week, I would love for you guys to promote for this event that I'm doing for the Cortese team. And I want to just have Tamara share, you know, why'd you invite me?
Well, just so you're all clear, we were recording on the Cortese team call, but we are making this available to everybody. We always do. We have 1,000 lines, so invite away. Everybody should invite. Why do I invite you? Because I love you, because I love hearing you speak, because you move the crowd, because you reinvigorate people. And you're right, this is really a time. I mean, 51 studies, three in the last year. It's unprecedented. It's unheard of. The market, like I mentioned in the beginning, it was hard to sell broccoli 25 years ago. Now it's the opposite. Now the market is flooded with copycats, with everybody that's seen what we're doing and copying us, because there is no fruit and vegetable powder that exists on the market that's not a copycat, just to be clear, right? We were the first by far, pioneer, all of it. So all the copycats out there have no research. They don't have the integrity, the growing their own farms, the way we cultivate and harvest and process our food. Nothing comes close. So it's almost like we're being delivered the marketing for us. The world is looking for what we have. They just don't know we exist. And I think the same is true for business. People don't know. People who, like you said, Mitra, are in healthcare, or people who just love wellness and are just maybe just nerds, or just love reading all the latest stuff about health and wellness. And you're on the Instagrams and you're following all the right. This is us. You are us, right? So come get educated more and more, and come help us spread the word, because the truth is people know more about the stuff that's just marketed with no research versus the stuff that's marketed with research. And we have to change that. It is up to us to flip that story and to take back our position as leaders, pioneers, inventors, science-based, top of the line, only product out there that's worth its weight.